fix your life if you've been in a rut. It's up to you to make the sacrifice, the decision, the acceptance of being in that rut in the first place. So when you realize that you've been in a rut, you gotta make the change. It's all gonna come down to you. It's gonna be based off what you can control, the choices that you make that affect your outcome. Focus on your income, focus on your physique, focus on the things that you can control. Once again, because if you try to control so much of the external, it's not gonna work. So focus on your internal, focus on that internal state, because your internal state affects your external state. So if your internal state is fucked, then your life is probably fucked. Like, you keep eating the goddamn fucking burgers and all this shit, and you wonder why. Like, you can't progress, you can't have the life, or you can't, have anything going for yourself. So fixing the things that you can control, first off, just your physique, your diet overall as well, making sure that that's in check, because if that's not in check, you're not going to get anywhere. That affects up here, that clogs up here. Make sure you're getting good rest. That's another thing. Sleep is very important. Just make sure you're getting enough, and then just making sure you're doing everything that is required throughout the day. Like, you're not doing the bullshit. You're doing what you gotta do. If it's whatever job you're doing, if you're a busy professional, 9-to-5 worker, like, get that shit done and do the shit that others won't. Most won't, stop the drinking. Most won't stop any drugs that, is fucking up their lives. They'll use that as that scapegoat or that vice to cope with the pain that they're going through. So why don't you be different? Why don't you become the source of what you seek? Become that motherfucker. Become that motherfucker full-heartedly. What is that 10.0 you doing so you can get out of this rut? Because if you try to just go so fucking far ahead and you try to do it all in one shot, it's not going to work. Take those baby steps, but see what is that perfect version of you eventually. See that all the way through. Like, it's not going to just happen overnight. You have to do this over and over again, stack the wins, build your confidence up. For me, I was in a fucking rut like this time last year, and it was so bad. I was jerking off every fucking day, using porn as a vice. I remember I would come out here in this backyard, and it's so crazy. My subconscious still, like, it's still there, like, to a certain extent. And it was bringing back memories of last year, of how I felt. And I didn't feel like anything. I felt numb. And it's crazy. I started to, like, kind of feel that just now. And all these, like, weird thoughts and whatnot. It was just being in, coming back here. And, but that's how it was. I was trying to run my business, and it wasn't going effectively in any sort of ways. But it was because I wasn't working on myself enough. I didn't have the physique that I wanted. I didn't even look the part. My mindset was trash. I was eating like dog shit. But once I started to change those things, so I started to change the things that I could control. I started off with my physique, started working on myself, got a coach, and then he told me, okay, eat this, do this, be this, tap into that mindset, be around that environment, because that environment and what you're inputting is very important as well. So that's what happened to me, and that rut eventually lifted when I started to see the success, obviously, just throughout my physique. People complimenting me, but it takes time, so focusing on what you can control, once again, is the main big thing. Building that self-worth, building that confidence, reading, journaling, those are the things to get you out of that rut. Look at the habits that you're currently doing now. Are the habits that you're doing aligned with that 10.0 self, like I was saying before? If not, then you got to cut it out. I'm sorry to say, but that's, like, how do you want to grow? Like, literally, if you don't want to grow, then this video isn't for you. Like, you have to be willing to put the work in, be committed, and realize that those shit habits that you're doing are not worth it. That balance that you want as well. Look, me personally, I just don't do it. I don't like to do it. It fucks up my mindset. But, obviously, like, if you want to have a fucking drink, that's on you, pal. Like, literally, that's on you. Like, you're only taking a back step every time that you do that. Because every time that I have one thing of something, it's not just one thing. I want everything. If it's one fucking, Dorito, or it's one Oreo, for me, it's like food, or even it's porn. So it's like, I don't just do one, Oreo. I want all the fucking Oreos. So the same thing with drinking. Like, one drink, is it going to lead you down that path again? Is it going to fuck you up and put you back in that rut? That's the question to ask yourself, because you know yourself best. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's your body, it's your mindset, it's your belief system. It's all your morals and values. It's how you operate. You know yourself best, once again. So see if those habits that you're doing right now are in alignment, and if not, change them, fix them, make the commitment. There's no point in waiting. There's no point in saying, oh, I think I'm making progress, but XYZ. Like, no, just like all gas, no brakes, and just keep it fucking moving, keep it going for yourself. When you start to build that progress, and then just run with it. There shouldn't be any sort of like roadblocks, and if so, then you're just gonna have to deal with them to the point that, okay, my life's not like this anymore, and I'm good, I'm chilling. That's the fucking issue, you guys. Once you get a little bit of the success, once you get out of the rut, you're going the opposite way, because you start to make those poor choices once again. Like, this is life. Like, this is for life. You got to be committed to this shit for life. It's not you just do it for a couple months and then that's it. Like, you got to keep doing. You have to keep up with everything that you're doing, and those temptations are always going to be there. So to first get out of the rut, once again, do what you can, focus on what you can control. Once you start to see the changes, because you're working on self, everything starts to change. You're getting out of that rut. You're focusing on what's truly important, what your purpose is, how you're driven, all these fucking things. Then that shit's gonna test you like a motherfucker. So see those tests, and then just don't give in and keep it fucking moving. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.